Today we will discuss some practical activity for class 9, and the experiment is to prepare and compare the properties of true solution, colloid and suspension. So this is our topic and we are going to compare their properties practically. So this is our practical as well as you study in chapter number 2, that is matter around the sphere. So all the same things that you have been doing or studying in your class, that is chapter number 2 is matter around the sphere, will continue with the preparation and comparison here in the lab. And we are having true solution, colloid and suspension. So I have written certain points of comparison between or among these three, that is true solution, colloid and suspension, so that you come to know how actually they behave like and their properties are. So first point we have is appearance. In appearance we see that the true solution is clear and transparent. I'll show you how it is clear and how it looks like. Colloid, it is translucent. That means the visibility is less. And suspension, it is opaque. We cannot see the other side of this suspension. That is the appearance for first. Okay. So let us see the appearance by taking some examples. So here I am having some apparatus. Here I am having the test tube stand, which has some wash test tubes, and I have the sand which is used to prepare suspension. I have a copper sulfate solution. You can see this blue color, this copper sulfate salt. I'm going to prepare solution from this. This is sodium chloride, and we have starch. This is water, and again a set of test tubes. Clear? So first of all, I will begin with true solution, preparation of true solution. For that, I'll take small amount of this copper sulfate and add in a test tube with some water in it. Mixing it well. Can you see this? Mixing it well. The salt will get mixed properly with the water, and after some time we'll find that it is pure, clear and transparent. As we have seen in the property, the first property says that for true solution it is clear and transparent. So it is, though it is colored, blue in color, but still it is clear and transparent. I'll show you one more example of this true solution, which is white, like taking NaCl. Okay, sodium chloride. This is the common salt that we are using in our cooking also. So I'm taking small amount of this salt, adding some water to it, and again mixing it well. It get mixed, it get dissolved so easily, so readily. We find that it is true solution which is clear and transparent. Can you see that? So we are having, I have prepared two true solution. One is colorless and other is colored, but both are clear and transparent. Okay. Now we'll talk about the preparation of colloid, because we are comparing the differences, the properties of true solution, colloid and suspension. So for making colloid, I have taken starch. This is starch powder it has, and I'm just taking small amount of starch in a test tube. You can see the starch is very fine powder, and I have taken it in the test tube, and some amount of water has been added. Adding water and mixing it again and again, we found that it is not transparent. It is translucent. Okay? So you can see that, and you can compare it with true solution. The true solution is completely clear, transparent, but this is colloid, which is translucent. Now I'm going to prepare suspension also, then we'll compare all the three solutions on the basis of their appearance. So for making suspension, I have taken sand, metillion, okay, you can see, and then add some amount of water to it and try to mix it. After mixing and leaving, we found that we are having the opaque suspension, So now we can compare these three. This is true solution, this is colloid, and this is sand. So after mixing this sand and water, we found that the first one, that is true solution, is clear and transparent, colloid is translucent, and third one is, that is sand, is opaque. Okay. Now we'll move to the second property that is written on the board, and second property is filtrability. That means we are going to filter the solution, and we found that the particles of true solution can easily pass through filter paper as well as through semi-permeable membrane or any enamel membrane. Even the particles can pass through that membrane also. Okay. When we talk about colloid, we found that these colloidal particles can pass through filter paper but cannot pass through semi-permeable membrane. Why? The particle is comparatively bigger in the case of colloid, and thus they can pass through filter paper which has large pore size, whereas the semi-permeable membrane is having very small pore size, and thus the particles cannot pass through those small size or small pores of the semi-permeable membrane or any enamel membrane. Okay. Third we are having is suspension. So suspension, the particles cannot pass through even with the filter paper. Okay, that means they remain on the filter paper and only the solvent comes down. So I'll show you how it happens. So I'm taking a funnel, this is funnel. Okay, I'm taking filter paper, I have filter papers. These are filter papers which are having pore size, large pore size. Now taking this square filter paper, how to use this filter paper on a funnel? I'll just fold this filter paper, one fold and two fold. Okay, see it again. I have taken this square filter paper and make it one fold and then two fold. After doing this, I'll just take out this roll here and place it on the funnel this way. It gets fixed properly in the funnel. Can you see this? Now I'm trying to filter all the things, all the three solutions, that is true solution, colloid and suspension. These three mixtures I'm going to filter. So first we have is true solution. Suppose I'm taking colored solution, or keep this funnel in the test tube and I'm going to filter this out. Clear? Once it comes down, let me filter another filter paper, make another filter paper for colloid, one fold, two fold, and take one piece out this way. So it is ready for colloids, and then I'll make another filter paper for suspension. Meanwhile, we have seen that where the solution of this copper sulfate has been placed in the test tube, I have added this copper sulfate solution, and we found that this filter paper doesn't allow. We can see that the solution comes down. You can see the solution comes down through this filter paper, and after some time we found that nothing has been left on the filter paper. So it goes down completely. Clear? So the whole solution comes down. You can see this true solution. So as I have written on the board that all the particles will come down, they will come out, they will easily pass through the filter paper. That's what actually happening out here. Okay? So this is about this filter paper. Now you can see there is nothing left over in the paper. Now I'll change the paper, and the cone I have taken, I take this cone, fix it on the funnel, and then I filter the second type, that is starch. On adding starch to this one, we found that it's only the solution that comes down along with the solute particles, and we found that nothing has been left on this filter paper. It can easily pass through all the colloid. At the end, we finally going to filter this sand and you can see nothing has been left on the filter paper. Now I change the cone and do the same process with this sand and filter the sand, water, sand solution, and we found that it's only the particles comes down, a clear solution comes down, whereas we found that the sand particles remain at the top on the filter paper. So we found that the particles are still there on the filter paper, or we can say that particles do not settle down completely. So I can show you how the particles are left. Can you see on the filter paper? The particles are left. They do not pass through the filter paper. So this is a clear solution after filtering out sand and water, and we have left with the sand particles on the filter paper. So the solution that comes down, we call it as filtrate. One which is left on the filter paper, we call it as residue. So in the case of suspension, we found some residue on the filter paper. Clear? So now after this, we'll move to the third property that's written on the board, settling of particles. True solution, the particles do not settle down. Colloid, again the particles do not settle down. And suspension, the particles settle down. As I have shown you after making, like I am having salt and water, the particles do not settle down at the bottom. Another example for colloid is milk. If you take milk in a test tube and you keep it for some time, you found that the milk particles do not settle down. It remains as such. Whereas if I am having, say, this sand and I am mixing some water to it, after keeping it some time, we found that the particles settle down. Again I will mix it and again leave it for a second or two. I found that the particles will settle down. So this is the settling property. The particles will settle down at the bottom. At the end, we'll find that the visibility, that means how we can see the particles. So when we talk about true solution, we found that they are not visible even under microscope. That means the particles are so fine, so small in the case of true solution that we cannot see even with the naked eyes without using any lens, or even if we keep this solution in the microscope, again the particles are not visible to us. Okay? When we see blood as a colloid and we see the particles of blood through microscope, we can easily, ultra microscope, we can easily found that this blood consists of the particles RBC, WBC, platelets, and we can see those particles very clearly through that ultra microscope. So as the second point says, it is invisible through our naked eyes. आप blood को अगर आप देखेंगे तो आप उसमें से RBC और WBC नहीं देख पाएंगे. But when you allow this blood to pass through or watch through ultra microscope, we found that the particles are visible. Last, the particles are visible even to the naked eye. I'm having this sand and water and I can see the particles very clearly. So that is about their visibility. So this is the first experiment in class 9th regarding the properties of true solution, colloid and suspension. Please try and doing this at home also and observe the properties. Thank you so much.